On this episode of Quirks, Bumps, and Bruises, I was able to sit down with Kevin Williams of the Gaither Vocal Band and share just a lot of fun and laughs and interesting conversation that I thought you would love to hear. Here are the actual breaks from the morning show on that day. Well, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Joyride. It's Melody along with you as always. But guess who got up early with me? Because most artists do not want to do that. In fact, it's mostly zero, except for Kevin Williams. Kevin Williams.
I'm so glad to be here.
I can't believe it. I am so thrilled that you were willing to just hang out with me this morning. And I just want you to know I appreciate that.
You know, I'm in Nashville, actually, but at the same time, I'm on Joy FM. And I love that. Somebody asked me the other day, I met somebody in an airport, and we were talking, and I said, where are you from? He said, Winston-Salem. And I said, you ever listen to Joy FM? I got a good friend over there that does morning. I totally did a plug for Joy FM over there.
Thank you.
I'm a Joy boy in the game.
Well, we're going to hire you as our publicist as well. But yeah, we're going to be talking with Kevin. First thing I want to ask him in just a bit is what he's been up to. What's been going on in his life? We'll just know all things Kevin. Welcome to Joy FM and the Morning Joyride. It's Melody along with you as always, but I have somebody really special that's going to be hanging out with me today, and it is my good friend. Love talking to him so much, Kevin Williams. You know him through the Gaither Vocal Band, plays the guitar, hysterically funny, has great looks into the camera during concerts, and just an all-around great guy. But I got to tell you something, Kevin. You make me feel really good, and do you want to know why?
I'm glad. That's the idea.
Because out of all of y'all in the vocal band and such, you're the only one that'll get up early and talk to me.
Oh, it's not even early. See, I know, but I'm the earliest one up on the bus. And,
are you?
Yeah. I'm always the first one making coffee, and I'd sit up there with our bus driver for a minute, and then I'd go on in, and the guys will start. Wes is the next one up. He'll pile in about 9:30.
Yeah, I have talked to him before. I have talked to him once before, but that's it. That's it. You and Wes.
It's going to have to be afternoon for Reggie to get up.
Well, first of all, before we get into the what's and how's and why's and where's and when's, tell me a little bit about what you've got going on in your life, what you're doing, and where you're singing and playing and making people laugh. What's going on with you?
Melody, life is always so busy, and I'm thankful for that. And then I go, and then I just have to crash, and Kathy and I run off somewhere for 3 or 4 days. And so that's kind of always been it. Kathy and I have been married for 29 years now.
Awesome.
Past August, and our girls, the oldest daughter, Carolina, got married back in May, and she is 26, and Olivia's 24 now. Those little girls are way grown. So Carolina's married. They live in Nashville, got a great son-in-law. Olivia is communications director for a senior mobility company, and so she's here in Nashville as well. And then I'm still doing everything I do, mostly studio work through the week. I'm playing on people's records and producing. I got to go to the Quartet convention and play one night for a lot of the artists. We played like for 5 hours or something. We had a great band that night, and it was a lot of the artists that I've played on the records, so that's fun, getting to play live with Gold City or somebody, that you only play with in the studio. And then so I do that through the week, and then on the weekends usually I'm doing either a solo date or a Bill Gaither vocal band date somewhere, and he's 89 and still going strong, and
crazy.
I love the music we're making. We did the Dove Awards the other night. That was fun to get up there in front of all of that, genre of music, that crowd, and represent what we do, and it's just great. So life is always busy, but it's great. Yesterday I was making hospital visits from our church I'm on a deacon team that kind of helps out with some of that stuff.
I started to say
doing that.
You're in pastoral care now too, right?
Pastoral care is what they call it. Yeah, I just call it loving on people. That's my whole thing. It's the same thing I do at the table or
right.
wherever,
Right.
I'm just I love that, and God's blessed me to be able to do that in a lot of different ways. Sometimes you can put a smile on a face with a song, or sometimes with a funny, a little joke or something, or sometimes you just open the door for somebody and it makes them smile. So I love that. But God's blessed me so much, and it's turning fall. In Nashville, the weather's getting really great now.
I love it.
Lots of stuff we can do. So that's kind of the update. It's about the same as last time, but it's always good. Oh
yeah, we love catching up with you, and it's so obvious obvious, Kevin. You're such a people person. I've been around you quite a few times, and it's just, like I said, very, very obvious. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more with Kevin about a trip he and his wife took to the mountains, and there is a cabin involved, but maybe a creature as well. Stay with us here on the Morning Joyride. Melody, along with you here on the Joyride, I have Kevin Williams with me this morning as well. And Kevin, you were just talking about how busy you are, and you had something happen recently that was quite interesting.
Kathy and I will take a little vacation somewhere, and we went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee last week for 3 days, and we had a cabin over there. And I may be a people person, but I'm not a bear person. I met a bear over there who was in our driveway just looking for food, and he was one of these big, man, this was a big bear. And so I'm on a balcony, kind of up a little bit. He can't really get to me. If he did, I had time to run away, but I'm still 20 feet away from this bear.
Oh, my goodness.
I could hear him breathing and everything. It was just funny. And so, yes, I'm not a bear person. God did not create that in me.
Well, so what did you do?
Well, I took pictures. I took video like any good social media person would. I took video for the radio, and and so and was doing a lot of praying. My prayer life got back in order really quickly, and it was a beautiful trip.
Oh my goodness! Well, I'm assuming the bear just kind of sauntered off away from you.
I'll send you the video. He went to, I think it's actually on my Facebook page if you go there. But he went to the trash cans and rattled them, and then went on. Yeah, it was wild. He just was looking for his daily bread.
Well, I'm thankful it wasn't you. I am thankful his daily bread did not include you.
Oh, me too.
So it's Melody, and it is Kevin Williams, y'all, here on the Joyride. And Kevin, you were just talking about going to a cabin, and you came face to face with a bear in front of you.
Yeah, this bear was about 40 feet tall. No, I don't know. It was a big bear, though. This story gets bigger every time I tell it. Yeah, this bear was like King Kong.
Instead of a fish story, it's a bear story. Mm-hmm. Well, did you know, this is so interesting, Kevin, to start a zoo, you need at least 2 grizzlies, a polar, and a panda. Did you know that?
No, I've never thought about this.
Well,
Melody. That's
the bare minimum.
Oh, gosh. No. I didn't see that coming. I should have. Reach new standards in humor, folks. Here it is.
New standards of the ultimate in corny jokes. That would be me.
You all straight from Hee Haw. Where did you get that?
Hey, I used to watch Hee Haw. Don't think I didn't.
I love Hee Haw. Didn't you? That was so
I loved
great.
it.
Saturday nights,
yes.
6:00 Central Time, where I was. And
yes.
I loved seeing everybody on there. I knew, even in the band that played behind them, nobody knew the names of those guys, and I did. Even like at 7 and 8 years old, I knew who everybody.
Mm-hmm. And then that was followed, I think, at 7 or 8 by Carol Burnett, right?
Carol Burnett came on, on CBS, and it's amazing. The whole Saturday night lineup was Bob Newhart was on Saturday nights. Alice, do you remember that show?
Alice. Hey, Alice. And don't forget Fantasy Island.
And Fantasy Island, that's right, which was ABC. You're exactly right. I remember all of that stuff.
How do you remember, where it was? I don't remember if it was...
I do, and I remember record labels. Like, I remember listening to, I had 45, when I'm 4 years old, I've got a 45 of Johnny Cash singing Folsom Prison Blues, and it was on a red Columbia label. So I remember labels very well like that. And I had Glenn Campbell singing By the Time I Get to Phoenix on a Capitol.
Yep.
I had 45s, and nobody even knows what those are anymore.
Oh, I've still got mine. I've still got a stack of 45s. Yeah, I was a Carpenter's girl. I loved
the Carpenters. Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah, I loved the Carpenters, and I did a lot of Streisand too. I did show tunes. I was weird in high school. All my friends were going to all these rock concerts and pop concerts and stuff, and I was at home listening to Streisand sing Don't Rain on My Parade.
Well, no wonder you were a Sandy Patty fan, because there are a lot of similarities there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love that.
I produced produced a collection it was a lullaby collection years ago for a record company and a secular company. I had to do a Streisand song on there, and I can't think of the name of it, but it was a beautiful lullaby. And it was very hard to sing. The intervals were hard, and it was in high range and all that stuff. And I got Lady Love to do that song.
Oh.
It was amazing, and I have a 20-year-old cut of that, 25-year-old cut of that probably now. One of my favorite things, and she's such a talented singer. She's going to be with us, of course, in Lynchburg.
She's a little bit. Man, I can tell that she's got some Sandy in her too. Like she's
amazing.
Yeah,
Let me tell you, Melody. She jumps in. Well, she can sing anything in any range. Just about. She's a studio singer background, as well. So she's very rangy, and people just love her. She's so what you see is what you get.
Yeah,
she's very open, and she's on social media all the time.
Oh,
I tease her about that. I say, "You're wearing me out, lady."
Yeah.
But she does that to stay in touch with people because she just loves people. She's great, and she totally has that Sandy Patty element to her where she can hit those notes and ring that bell.
Yeah, she absolutely can. Well, Kevin, talking about all this stuff, I thought you were young, but honey, you've done
I'm
told
only
your
40
age.
years old, and I just remember what I've been told. There's nothing beyond that.
Oh, okay. That's his truth, and he's sticking to it. Hey, it's Melody, but not just Melody. It is Melody and Kevin Williams. You know him. You love him. He is, I think, the greatest thing since sliced bread with the Gaither Vocal Band. And I used to tell my former co-host, Daniel Britt, who, Kevin, I think you know well.
Daniel who?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm going to let him know you did that. I would say, look, I love all the singers. I do. They're all fantastic. And I love Bill. I love Bill Gaither. But it's Kevin I want to talk to because you're hilarious, and I love to talk to hilarious people.
Well, you are so great, and I love Daniel. You're right. He is our producer on the Gaither Homecoming radio show that we've done. Well, I've done for 20 plus years now. Oh, no, I guess about 20. I think the show's about 20 years old. But Daniel's come in and taken that to a new level. We're so proud of him. And I love talking to you as well. The good news of the gospel is this: that we can live a life of joy, and I love that your station is Joy FM. And so I think we all owe it to ourselves to spread a little joy. I think that's part of the gig. And so I love it when people smile at something I say or when I play or whatever I can do to put a smile on a face.
Or just the look. Kevin can give the look into the camera that will just lay you out on the floor.
You believe I've been doing that for a while, too.
I know.
This is December is 33 years for me with Mr. Gaither and Miss Gloria. And the vocal band was Bill and Michael English and Mark Lowry and Terry Franklin when I came. And that was a great group. And we've seen it evolve all through these years. And now it's this wonderful, 5-man group that is just amazing. But all through those years, you guys have been playing our music at Joy FM, and it means so much. And I just appreciate you embracing it and getting it out there. It's huge.
I know sometimes I look at our playlist of the different singers and groups and stuff, and I think this station should be called Joy FM with the Gaither Vocal Band. That's what the name of this station should be called. Because, I mean, there's never a song that's not released to us that is not perfectly fantastic. So y'all make it very easy for us to put your music on the air each and every day.
That's very kind of you to say. I just appreciate that, and I do believe in the music that we do, and but it takes somebody getting it out there, and so Joy FM has been so faithful over the years with doing that. And I appreciate the listeners who give and support. Man, that just means everything too. This is a team effort, and thank you for all you do.
Well, we're going to talk more with Kevin Williams. I'm not letting him get gone too quick. He's going to stay with us here on the Joyride. It's Melody, and it's Kevin Williams, y'all. I mean, yeah, that Kevin Williams, the one at the Gaither Vocal Band concerts, along with me this morning. And I'm looking at the list of those, and we'll be talking more about this today. There's a great concert. It's a Gaither Homecoming concert, 2-day event on October 17th and 18th. You can go to gaither.com for all the information there. But I'm looking at a list of those that are going to be there. And I just thought you may find this a little interesting, and you may not. And if not, just act like like you do. But there is somebody on this list that for me to be at this concert would be one of the big reasons I would want to be there. And her name is Sandi Patty.
Oh,
and
yeah, isn't she great?
I used to think that I was Sandi Patty. And
not a bad ambition.
If you don't believe me, ask my hairbrush that I would sing into, pretending that I was her. But a little unknown fact about me, probably for you, Kevin, is that I used to travel and sing. I used to sing solo, and then I was in a group for a while, and then I was a worship leader for 36 years.
Well, now, I think I did know some of that,
yeah.
Melody, and that's so cool. I'm so blessed that you have that kind of heritage about you.
I love music. In fact, when I was born, my parents were going to name me Sandy. Isn't that funny? I was going to be Sandy, but when I was born, they said, nope, she doesn't look like a Sandy. We're going to name her Melody, which is funny because of all the music things that I have been involved in through the years. But
perfect is what it is. It's just perfect.
It's crazy, but knowing that I was going to be Sandy and then my love for her. But when I would sing, I think most of my playlist was Sandi Patty songs. And in fact, my father passed away just a few months ago. And I was able, a few years back, my mom wanted me to be able to sing at her funeral. And I said, Mom, I cannot sing at your funeral live. I can't do that. And she said, well, have it recorded. So I went and had Sandi Patty's arrangement of it as well recorded. And so I played that at my mom's funeral, and my dad just a few months ago, that was one of the things that he wanted too. But Sandi Patty can sing. I want to see if you agree with me on this. She doesn't just sing the song. She cradles the song like a baby.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Her phrasing, and not every artist can do what Sandi does. It's the way that she can make a word sound like what it means. She can phrase it just perfectly. And I know that she's getting older, and I get that. I get how the voice changes a lot as we get older. And I know that I was there in Indian Trail for one of her farewell tour concerts. In fact, Daniel Britt one day said, Melody, I've got somebody on the phone. He said, now I've got to go take this call real quick. Just jump on there and just chit chat for a minute. And I got on there, and Daniel had surprised me with Sandi Patty. And and she was going to be in Indian Trail close to Charlotte for one of her farewell tour concerts, and I had tickets to that and all that. But anyway, I just love her. So if you see her that weekend, please let her know how much I love her. I'm
going to text her as soon as we hang up. I texted her a little funny yesterday. I'd seen a little thing on the internet, and there's this little picture of like a guitar pedal. You know, guitarists use pedals, and this was a singer pedal. And one thing said, slow the drummer down, and the other pedal was to, turn the guitar amp down and all this stuff. And it was just funny to me, and I sent it to her, and she said, you're a riot. I love her. But she really established herself in a beautiful way. She was a backup singer for the Gaithers. I mean, can you believe that? And
she sang "We Shall Behold Him."
Something, didn't it?
That just, that blew her through the stratosphere, because who else can hit that note? But she...
That's the truth. I know.
I was able, Kevin, on that phone call to tell her how much she had meant to me, and that her music just had such an impact on my life she's a little older than me, not too much, but a little older than me, and I just absolutely love her. And I know recently they did, you may have been there, I don't know, but they did an entire, just the other night, I think.
The Schermerhorn Symphony Center. It was a beautiful evening honoring the music of Sandi Patty and her legacy. And, of course, Bill and Gloria were there, and a lot of our singers were there. And she had amazing performances of her songs and great tributes to her. And it was all so well-deserved. She is such a personable, wonderful person, too, as well. And I think she gets it. Number one, she gets the music. She was she was the piano teacher for Benji Gaither, Bill and Gloria's youngest. She was his piano teacher. How would you like to have Sandi Patty to be your piano teacher?
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
But but she gets the music, but then she also gets the message, and she gets people. So her delivery method changes based on who she's with. She just understands how to communicate.
She does.
And she's just a great person. She and Don are beautiful together, and I just love her to death. But I'm going to text her as soon as I get off here, and I'm going to say, I'm tired of talking about you to Melody this morning. I'm just tired of it. I want to talk about me.
Well, she just had a great impact on my life. No, she is one, you talking about know your audience, as you were saying, she had a gift to know who she was singing to and then how to relate so beautifully. And then that voice, for goodness sakes, that voice. And so that's just fun. I don't always see her listed, on the Gaither tours that you do. So seeing her there on that is just awesome. Well, we're going to talk more, and we won't talk any more about Sandy, I don't think, unless I need to gush more. But we'll talk about it.
I'm tired of it. I'd just like to talk about me. If that's okay.
Yeah, we got to get back to Kevin, y'all. We got to get back to Kevin. Good morning, it's Melody, and I am so excited because I have a special co-host with me this morning, and his name is Kevin Williams. Yeah, I'm not playing. It is Kevin Williams. And
I'm glad to be with you.
Well, I'm absolutely thrilled that you are. And I had a little fun recently on the air with a would you rather question, and I love those because they're really hard, and there's really no right answer. So, and you have to think. So I'm going to ask you this, Kevin, would you rather, as you age, as you get older, would you rather, and this is a choice you have to make, would you rather age and have all the physical part of you, being able to get around and, healthy that way, or would you rather age mentally?
So to me, and I'm such a young thinker, I hope I stay young and always, for a long, long time. I think the mental capacity, having that is more important than anything physical to me. I enjoy being able to think and process, and I enjoy being clever, those kind of things. So, and relating intellectually with somebody, that's important to me. I think if your mental faculties are there, you can keep your spiritual life healthy, But I think it's up to us to take care of our bodies too, and do the best we can with what we got. So, but yeah, I'd want to, I'd give up the physical before the mental.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's interesting. About 9 out of 10 that answered that said the same, and I'm with you. I would, well, here's what I said. At my age, the physical's done anyway, don't even matter. So I would just stick with the mental.
That's funny. Oh.
Well, hey, it's Melody and Kevin Williams. We've been together all morning and thrilled to have him in co-hosting with me today. And Kevin, I want to ask you something. I have realized recently that I have said this several times. Oh, my goodness, I have turned into my mother. Or, oh, my goodness, that is exactly like my father. And it's things sometimes.
I've said that same thing. I have turned into your mother, and I don't understand how that happened. But I've never met the woman, but I seem so much like her now.
Well, thinking about that, because these are things that I'm saying where when I was younger, I was saying, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to say that. I'm never going to act like that. So I'm going to ask you today, do you know something as you're getting older, you 100%, I have just turned into my mother or my father?
My dad, I see my dad in me so much in ways that disgust me. I love the man. Don't get me wrong, but there are things he did or would say, and I'd think, oh, that's so whatever, and then I see myself doing it. I think we all do that. Dad had a habit of, as soon as he finished his evening meal there at the table, he'd clean that plate, and Mom was a great cook, country cook. He would push his plate away from him. He wouldn't leave it in front of him. He'd push it like 12 or 14 inches away, straight away from him on the table, and then lean back in the chair and talk. And I thought, why is he pushing his plate and everybody else is, now his plate is in my spot. What, get your plate back in your spot. I do the same thing. I did it the other day, and Kathy said, what are you doing? I said, I don't know, just being my dad, I guess. And then the other thing is distance and routing. I caught myself the other day. I have a new son-in-law. They've been married since May, and they came back he's originally from Lexington, Kentucky, and so they had come back, and I said, how'd you come? Did you take Bluegrass Parkway over, and then at Elizabethtown, did you go south on? and none of this matters. Why do I even care? But it's coming out of my mouth, all this, how'd you come? What kind of mileage did you get? And I totally see my dad in all of that. It's hysterical.
Yeah, we may think that we're not going to do that, but we will. We will at some point. So would you like to weigh in on that along with Kevin and I? Have you turned into your mother or your father? And if you have, we want to know all the details. 888-985-6936. Call or text. A very special thank you to Kevin Williams of the Gaither Vocal Band. You know him and love him, plays the guitar, does a lot of stand-up comedy along with Bill, and I want to thank him so very much for hanging out with me here on not only the Morning Joyride, but able to share it with Quirks, Bumps, and Bruises.